Listen, that's the sound of dew dripping upon the leaves. During lunch breaks, I like to sit in a tree and admire the sunlight streaming through the canopy. If I'm not careful, I'll fall asleep. Good evening. I'm preparing to go observe bioluminescent flora. Wanna come? Get some sleep. I'll be on guard duty. It'll be a good time to write today's patrol log entry. I studied botany in the Amorta Darshan. My academic advisor wanted me to join the faculty after graduation. But to be quite honest, I prefer a somewhat freer research environment. From my observations, the way that the academia handles certain matters leaves much to be desired. Fortunately, my advisor didn't push the issue. Not like that would have worked. Many people think that my kind are loners, and I don't blame them for thinking that. The few of us around are mostly scholars, and we're always chasing our research, so you'd be lucky to spy a single tuft of tail fur in a whole year. Like my father, for example. He's an entomologist, and lately, he's been studying the evolution of beetles in the desert. I have no intention of joining him. I'm ashamed to admit that I don't tolerate the sun very well. Prolonged exposure turns my brain and body into mush. I believe that the best way to achieve mutual understanding with someone is to spend time with them. Other methods are less realistic. That's why there is no need to rush introductions. Time will settle everything. I remember praying as a kid that if I were lucky enough to receive a vision, it had to be a dendro one. It wasn't because of research. I just wanted to make a vine ladder to reach high-hanging fruit. Are we officially friends? What, so this sort of thing needs official documentation now? Okay then. Well, hand over your friendship certificate. I assume it'll need my signature. Don't worry about Karkata. I told the Matra I know that it's my research assistant. If anyone wants to do anything to it, they'll need to go through me. Since you seem to care a lot about Karkata, why don't you enroll in some courses at the Spantama Darshan? That way you can care for it even if I'm gone. I've heard about the Aranara for some time now, but I haven't personally seen any. Sometimes I hear rustling sounds from the forest depths, but they disappear when I go closer. That's a good thing though. At least they know how to protect themselves. Unlike those stupid adventurers whose first thought when they run into an Avidya leopard is, ooh, maybe I'll form an interspecies friendship today. Did you know that plants can camouflage themselves? Some mimic insects or birds to intimidate their natural predators. Others produce bait to attract pollinators. And still others are obligate carnivores that utilize enticing fragrances or honey to lure in their prey. I feel like I'm not just talking about plants anymore. When that child was first brought here, she was effectively illiterate. It wasn't a huge issue though. She's a hard worker and a diligent student, so she's made good progress. Still, her goal is to learn advanced medical techniques, so she still has a long way to go. She sometimes puts too much pressure on herself. Help her out when you can, would you? Consider it a favor from me as her mentor. Thanks a lot. Hi there, I'm Tighnari, Forest Watcher of the Avidya Forest. My duty is to preserve both the rainforest's ecosystem and the safety of its visitors. If this is your first time here, I suggest you first peruse the Avidya Forest Survival Guide, paying particular attention to the chapter distinguishing between edible and poisonous mushrooms. If you press a leaf between dry sheets of paper, you can make an attractive and handy bookmark. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process. The value of knowledge cannot simply be quantified in monetary terms. I'm used to the rain, but you should probably use an umbrella. I applied a plant-based waterproofing oil to my tail. One swish, and it's dry. The thunder's so loud. My head hurts. I don't see weather like this very often. Oh, are you cold? If you want, you can tuck your hands into my tail. It's so hot. Even a mist flower would melt in this heat. Now that I think about it, it wouldn't. But you'll get what I mean. Oh.